Hello everybody, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Every Monday, we are live right here on YouTube, hanging out with you, talking Royal Caribbean cruises. I am so glad that you are joining us here on this live broadcast. And of course, if you're watching this video on the replay, that's great as well. But be sure to check out our live streams when you can, because I want you in here so we can talk together. So I can say hello, Erica Mitchell, to you. Unless your name's not Erica Mitchell, then I'll say hello, COD Squad, right? I want people to say hello to you, so join us here next time we're live. But welcome, Erica. Hello, Neum. Hello, Alan Agor is here. Cruise Addicts in the house. Joe Johnson. Dark Extro is here. Evelyn, Wendy, Cheryl Osborne. Carmen Williard is here. Welcome. Kyle, Heather, Michelle. Kyle's actually a question for us. If I attend a cruise with my grandparents who are Diamond Plus, will I be considered Diamond Plus for the cruise? No, you will not. Susie Junko, welcome. Michael Poole is here. Welcome, Michael. We've got Logan in the house. Susie Junko. We got Edric. Welcome. Sharon Brown. Hello, Kyle. Karen is here. Miss Bunny also joining us. A lot of friends joining us here already. Love that. You know what, guys? We're going to get a lot of questions today, but there's only one. That's the most important question. And that is, how many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Let's count down together. March 16th is mine, so let's see here. How many days till March 16th?
It's 351 days until then.
No, wait, that's wrong. How many days till May 16th?
It's 47 days until then.
That sounds better. Mark Pizzo, welcome. Richard Huntington in the house. Earl Zybarth, first question. Where do I find travel insurance that covers everything for all year? There's a lot of providers that offer it. I use Allianz Travel, Earl. But honestly, you should look for a plan that works for you. Don't assume all plans are the same, and what I get may not be what you're looking for. But basically, you want a annual travel insurance policy. A lot of them offer it. I know Allianz does, and that's the reason I have them. Nisa Howard, Mad Attack, welcome back. Nisa, glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Dan Kerber, try to rebook your paid trip from April 11th. They doubled the price if we go on beginning of December, and that's with the 125% discount. I would say wait it out a little bit longer, Dan. I really do believe that. I think prices are going to go down before they go up again. So I would say wait on it. Evelyn Gonzalez with our first super chat of the evening. Evelyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Very, very kind of you. And Evelyn sending me a pear dude blowing me kisses. I like that. Thank you. Brian says, hoping to go at the end of July. Am I crazy? Well, I certainly hope that we have cruise at the end of July. The truth is, I mean, nobody really knows. I wouldn't sit here and tell you that you're crazy. I wouldn't also sit here and tell you that you're 100% going. I don't think anyone can promise you that. There are so many factors at play that, unfortunately, it's impossible to know really what to expect. And I feel like when it comes to, trying to figure out exactly when cruising will come back, when will cruises resume, when will it be safe to cruise, these are all questions that we get a lot here. And unfortunately, nobody, and I mean nobody, knows the answer to them, because it's really dependent on where COVID-19 ends up going, how contained it gets, how quickly or not quickly these cases are contained. So, yeah. Ryan Daly, you do not need to type the same thing 500 times. That's annoying to everybody, including myself. So type it in once. Give me a few minutes. If I don't answer it, feel free to post it again. Does Harmony of the Seas have laser tag? I don't believe so. No. Charmaine, I have a cruise planned for November 13th on Anthem. I certainly hope you're going on that one. Hello, Shelly. Welcome. Papa Mozo back in the house. You pushed your July 4th back to October 24th. I mean, statistically speaking, you probably have a good chance at that one, right? Carrie says, with the news about Oasis, I'm probably going to get canceled again. I don't know when your sailing is, but I don't know that, again, what happens today here in March is necessarily going to be indicative of what to expect here in the future. Guys, I like to be as positive as we can here when it comes to this cruise news, because there's plenty of negativity out there. My thought is, listen, we don't know what we don't know. Nobody knows. So let's have a positive outlook. Let's hope for the best, wish for the best. Obviously, got to plan for the worst, but at least you got to go in with that mentality. Otherwise, yeah, you can quickly find yourself going down this black hole of just everything, is not great. Cruise Addicts, my cruise is being canceled. If your credit card is no longer valid, where did it send the taxes and port charges fees to? Ooh. Number one thing I would do, you do need to contact Royal Caribbean. If you book with a travel agent, your travel agent is the first person you should be calling. If you book directly with the Royal Caribbean, then you want to contact them. Edwin Vargas, welcome, Edwin. Glad to have you back. John A, what state do you live in, and how's the cover issue there? I don't cover. I think you mean COVID. I live in Florida. It's like the rest of the country here. It's just, different. It changes every day around here. Andy Poro, do you know the status of the Allure amplification? It is on hold. Beyond that, nobody knows anything. Royal Caribbean has not said when it will or amplify, I suppose, Allure or Explorer of the Seas. We're still waiting for Royal to give us a date on that one. Sarah Baker says, what does your shirt say? It's something cruise related. Yeah, absolutely. It's this shirt loves to cruise. You can get this at the Royal Caribbean blog shop. So you can check that out. Gwenny says, I packed for June 21st, refusing to unpack. I like that. Eduardo says, my first time on a cruise is going to be on Navigator April 17th, and it got canceled. Yeah, Eduardo, there's a lot of people. If your cruise has been if you've had at least one canceled cruise so far because of all this, type me in capital letters. Because I bet you there's a lot of folks in here, myself included. I've had 3 cruises so far canceled on me. Marcus, I want to upgrade to a balcony for my cruise on Ovation in July. I didn't book with the travel agent, really wish I did now. What's the best way to go about it? Call Royal Caribbean and ask. Basically, you gotta reprice your cruise, essentially. Matthew Eccles, thank you for the super chat, Matthew. Great name. Matthew writes, now may be a good time to buy Royal Caribbean stock. Guys, I don't give out stock advice. I know nothing about stocks and when's a good buy and when's not a good buy. I know the old adage, you're supposed to time it. You want to buy low, sell high, but trying to guess when low is always a game. But Matthew, I know there's a lot of folks who have, it seems like recently purchased stock. We got a back-to-back super chat. First one from Andy Poirot. Writes, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Andy. And Javon with the super chat. Hello, Javon. What are the benefits of joining a group cruise? Javon, the benefits of joining a group cruise, like I'm assuming you mean like a Royal Caribbean blog group cruise, is we get to hang out together. Like, this is fun, right, Javon? I think it's fun. Maybe you don't think it's fun. But hanging out here is fun here on YouTube. But we only do this for about an hour or so, and then that's it. But how about a whole cruise together? We're not doing every waking minute together, but we have special events, so we get to basically hang out during the cruise, and not only with me, but with other people who really love going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. I think it's a fabulous thing to do because we started group cruises, Javon, because I always felt the only thing better than a Royal Caribbean cruise is a Royal Caribbean cruise with friends. Friends make everything better, and it's also true of group cruise. So that's the basic idea. And we get to experience it all together. And Kim Oakland with a giant super chat. Woo! Kim, thank you so much. Kim says, do you know when the last sailing for Grandeur out of Baltimore is scheduled? Yes, I do, Kim. One moment. Oh, not off the top of my head. Grandeur. It is at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. And the answer is spring 2021. The final sailing will be March 26th, 2021. So we are less than a year away. Kathleen Zone with a super chat as well. Kathleen, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Earl, I called the contractor and asked if he could convert our spare bedroom into a junior suite like on Royal Caribbean. He hasn't called back. The nerve. Come on, that's an easy one right there. Jamie writes, so you have a replacement for your Alaska cruise figured out yet or new date? No, I do not, Jamie. That's a good question. One of my cruises that was canceled was a cruise to Alaska. I was super looking forward to that. We're not going to Alaska this year. My thought on all these canceled cruises, Jamie, is right now, my plan is I'm going to wait for Royal to resume sailings. And when they do, then I will jump in on the rebooking game. But I don't have anything booked right now. Kathy Constantine is here. Kathy says, I canceled a cruise, but didn't have one canceled on me. So that doesn't count as a me, I don't think. Still waiting for a deposit refund. We're at 19 days. I just got my future cruise credit for my cruise that was canceled on me for spring break, March 15th. I got it for me and my daughter, but not my wife and my other daughter. So they're definitely inundated right there. Patrick, any speculation on where ships will be cruising if 2020 European cruise season is canceled? You know, that's a really good question, dude. I am not sure because where the ships are going to go, like, how about, you know, we can expand that question and say, what about the ships that are supposed to go to Alaska? We know for certain there's going to be a number of months with no cruises. I honestly think, Patrick, they're just going to let the ships kind of sit around like they're doing right now. You can't really not easily at all, redeploy ships. It just doesn't work. You got to get spots for them in different ports. And you've also got to get Not only, but you've also got to sell rooms, and it's just not practical for a very, very short turnaround. So I think they're just gonna kind of sitting around there. Brogan Lawrence with a super chat. Brogan, thank you for the £5, my friend. Booked on Allure of the Seas out of Barcelona August 9th. Will she have her upgrades on the sailing be canceled? And will the sailing be canceled? Right now, she has not gotten her upgrades, and we don't know when she's going to get her upgrades, Brogan. So the answer to your first part is I don't know. And will the sailing be canceled? I also don't know. I would say that there's a lot of things, a lot of factors at play. Royal Caribbean will absolutely want to deliver the cruise and that sailing to you. But right now, it is far too early to be able to accurately predict, Brogan, if it'll happen or not. Penny says, do you have any idea when they send out refunds? It's going to take a number of weeks. Royal Caribbean did say for a lot of these, let me go back to the one that was just announced last week, because, let me see here. They did announce when the future cruise credits are going out, but the refunds seem to be taking a little bit longer. A lot of it is more anecdotal. It's just, they're obviously very inundated, and I don't think there's a set date. They just have an opportunity right now to for future cruise credits to be coming out in April. That we do know for a fact. But beyond that, when refunds, specific ones, again, I just gave you an example. My sailing that was canceled on me that I took a future cruise credit, I received half of my future cruise credits. I'm still waiting another half. And I also have 2 other cruises that were canceled as well, and I haven't got my refunds yet either. I have, however, gotten my refunds for my cruise planner purchases. Alan Agor with a super chat. Alan writes, shout out to Stephanie Hudson and MEI Travel. She saved me a huge amount of money immediately after transferring my Freedom ABC cruise reservation. That is great, great news there, Alan. I'm so glad to hear that MEI Travel is giving you some good service right there. Don Goldstein says, Royal Caribbean is giving Crown Anchor points for canceled cruises. Will they take them back? I don't think that's true, Don. I'm going to look it up right now because I have a number of them. I think people are misunderstanding that. I know that there was like a report of that going around. I don't think that's confirmed, number one. I'll take a look at mine because I don't think they should. I think it's silly. I mean, I don't have anything in my past cruises, so I don't know. Don, I can't explain that. I think that's a mistake. Whoever reported that, but it's not a policy. Let's put it that way. Certainly not an announced one anyway. Kevin Jenkins, what can you use the cruise planner credits for? If you opt for the onboard credit is really what it is, Kevin. So if you opt for all those purchases to get a onboard credit, you can use it towards a future sailing, and then you can use it on board your sailing to purchase things like drink package, spa treatments, shore excursions, anything you spend extra on the ship. J5, where is the best free romantic location to relax at Coco Key? If you're Michael Poole, who's I think still in chat, Michael would say the most romantic place is by the DJ at the Oasis Lagoon Bar because, baby, it doesn't get much better than that. But if you were his wife, you would say, Michael, you're crazy. And she would say Chill Island, either one of the extreme areas of Chill Island or maybe all the way down by South Beach. I think when it really comes to romantic, you want somewhere as far away from the crowds as possible. And that's those 2 places at the end of South Beach, as well as Chill Island are the places to go right there. Tony Diaz is here. Welcome, Tony. Where did I see the Future Cruise credit on the app? You get an email, Tony. If you get a Future Cruise credit certificate, you'll get an automated email from Royal Caribbean. It'll have your name, your certificate number, and that's it. There's not a whole lot of pomp and circumstance to it. Jericho wants what's my favorite thing to do in Labadee? Get a cabana. I love the cabanas there. I know it costs more money, but I think the cabanas are well worth it at Labadee. They're fantastic. I really love them. If I were to tell you something else that doesn't cost money at Labadee, I mean, it's a beach day. It's just hanging out on the beach, in the water, having a Labadoozy. Oh, it's so good. Love it. Logan, I can confirm that extra Crown Anchor points have been added. Expect them to disappear soon. That's a mistake, dude. I'm looking at my account right here, and I appreciate you sharing that, Logan. But it's gotta be a mistake, dude. I mean, I don't see one on mine. I still have the same amount of points that I had before. And I've had 3 canceled cruises. My past cruises, I don't even see the canceled one. Actually, I do see the canceled one on there, but there's no point difference. So, I just don't expect that to be the case. Chris, I have a non-refundable deposit. If Royal Caribbean cancels, do I get that back? Yes. If they cancel on you, yes, absolutely. Also, one more thing about that, Chris. If you decide to take advantage of that cruise with confidence and take that future cruise credit, you don't have any penalty with that. You could do that, and you'll get a credit, obviously, but you won't lose any money either. Travis, I'm in Australia. Do you think there will be good deals later in the year to encourage people to travel again? Travis, I don't know definitively, but we did a blog post at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com the other week, and every single Wall Street analyst, I mean, not like a majority, every single one believes that the cruise lines are going to have to offer significant and deep discounts when they resume. Now, will that be down the line for the next 3 years? Maybe not. But in the short term, that's their expectation. Because right now, the idea of selling a cruise to a lot of people, maybe not you and I, but to the general public, is going to be a really tough sell. But at the end of the day, money talks, right? Hello, Rena. Hope you're doing well. Rena says, do you think Royal Caribbean will ever sell Labadee to another cruise line? I don't think so. They'd have to be pretty desperate for that to occur. I don't see that happening, quite frankly. Especially since Royal Caribbean has said they plan on converting Labadee to Perfect Day Labadee, so I think that's the reason. Petty, so the future cruise credit, you said that you don't. The future cruise credit, you said that you don't get it all together, even if you book together. My husband and I. We got it. So Penny, I should probably have explained why I got it broken up. The reason is we had 2 rooms booked, so 2 different reservations. That's why. It's not because they decided to just give half of us. They'll give it to you. So your husband, if you're in the book in the same room, you'll both get it at the same time. Let's see here. Janny Fleming says, Harmony is amazing. My favorite ship. Mine as well. Love Harmony of the Seas. Let's see here. Sean, when or what month is Royal Caribbean cruising? Right now, Sean, the plan, and emphasis is on plan, is mid-May, May 12th. But again, I don't know that that's necessarily going to be a given. I think they're still kind of waiting it out right there. Let's see here. Digital says they just sent me a ridiculous deal from the casino for the end of the year. I assume you mean by ridiculous, you mean extremely cheap right there. Awesome. Glad to hear that. For you. Let's see here. We answered that question from Marina. Digital, if you would be lovely, it would be lovely if they gave us the Crown and Anchor points. My fiance and I were just talking about that. It'd be nice, but I mean, they really shouldn't give it to you. I mean, you don't go, I mean, it's like airlines. They cancel and you don't get the airline points, the miles. You know what I mean? So I don't expect it by any means. Sure, it'd be nice. It'd also be nice if I won the lottery tomorrow and then I could, have millions of dollars. That'd be great as. But I hear what you're saying. Jay Taylor, first time here. Welcome, Jay Tyler. By the way, Zach, you don't need to type 800 emotes or emojis or whatever. It's kind of annoying, so just type your question. I'll get to it. Jay Taylor writes, first timer here from Texas. Heard the future of the new terminal in Galveston will be discussed tomorrow. Seems as if Allure this season arrival will be delayed. Yeah, I'm not sure about Allure, but here's the bottom line. The reason why it has nothing to do with Allure, Jay Taylor. The reason why Royal wants to delay the terminal is they're strapped for cash right now, and they want to put that off. Essentially, they want to do it, but they don't want to spend the money right now. And you're absolutely right. There is a vote coming up tomorrow. And we'll, of course, post that at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com when we have the details of that. The last time that we were waiting for something from the Galveston board, they were really slow in updating. Jess, I had 2 booked cruises on Odyssey and Jewel, which I canceled months ago. And I received the $500 refundable deposit back to my credit card and not the other refundable deposit back to my credit card. Wait, I had 2 cruises booked on Odyssey and Jewel, which I canceled months ago, and I only received... It's interesting, Jess. I mean, you say months ago. I'm not sure when that is exactly. But again, if you're missing it, if it's been a while, months, and when I say months, more than 2, you might want to call your travel agent about that, Jess, because that is kind of surprising. Michelle Prost is here. Michelle, welcome. Glad to have you here. Brad, we are cruising on Majesty in March 2020. We have never been on one of the older ships. Hopefully it'll be fun. It's a great ship. You just have to understand what the ship offers and what it doesn't offer. I don't think you know that. I mean, look, there's no water slides. There's no Ultimate Abyss. There's no Royal Promenade. You get that. But as long as you're okay with that, there's still a fun opportunity to have there. It's a great pool deck. A lot of fun. Jim says, how's November for Caribbean Cruise Hurricanes? November is pretty much the end of hurricanes. It is not pretty much. It is the end of hurricane season. It's the last month. It's usually pretty quiet. Usually is the key word right there. But I would say in the grand scheme of hurricane season, November is a safer time to go. No question about it. Michael writes, is it safe to assume app development is on hold as well? That's a good question, dude. I would say it's a fair guess, but I don't know about it. I mean, quite frankly, Michael, we don't know how distributed or remote their team was before. We certainly haven't heard a thing about it, and you know this as much as I do, that a lot of what we were seeing was tied to new ships being released. But it seems that way, Michael. It does definitely seem that way. Mick Diana with the super chat. Mick Diana, thank you so much for the super chat. Very, very kind of you. The jet ski tour was great in Labadee. I'll do that again on my December 13th Allure of the Seas cruise. Well, that sounds awesome. I gotta admit something, guys. I have never done a jet ski tour, ever, anywhere. I've never done it. I think my parents never let me do it as a kid because they thought it was dangerous. And then, because I'm a wimp, I also decided as I got an adult, I didn't want to do it. I think a couple times I thought about doing it, but I've never actually rented a jet ski. So, but it sounds like I'm missing out on it because McDaniel says it was awesome. Thomas Fitzpatrick, what do you think the best cruise ship for teens is? Quantum Class. Quantum Class. No doubt about it. Anthem of the Seas. Zebo, will they change the stops for Allure of the Seas out of Galveston? That's a good question, Zebo. We don't know that's a second and third step decision right there. Number one, where I was trying to delay the terminal. Beyond that, it's a good question. I don't know. Jess, I did not use a travel agent to book the cruises. I booked them on my own directly through Royal Caribbean. Yeah, then I suppose your best course of action at this point is to call them up again. I don't know what hopefully they'll give you some kind of an answer. Because if you booked, Jess, if you canceled it more than 60 days ago, I'd say it's definitely worth giving them a call. Nisa says, you're totally missing out. Go do the jet ski. I'm old. And Jonesy says, I'm too old now. I am too old. My back hurts. My knee hurts. It's like, it's so loud outside. Marcus wants to know, why does the future cruise credit get sent to each person in the room? Because that's the way their system divvies it up. It basically takes, okay, there's 2 people in the room, 4 people in the room, divide by 2, divide by 4, boom, there you go, easy peasy. Zach Jewell, is there a way to get a cheaper cruise? There are some strategies to get a cheaper cruise, Zach. Number one, cruise during off-season. Basically January, except for New Year's Eve week, but anytime in January. First 2 weeks of February, anytime in September, anytime in October, first 2 weeks of November, first 2 weeks of December. Zach, what do all of those times of the year have in common? It's when kids are in school. If you cruise during when kids are in school, you get lower prices. No question about it. And I think also, Zach, going forward, I really do believe here, when cruises do resume, we're going to see some pretty significant discounts right there. Kelly, what do you understand about how auto gratuities are distributed? I thought our cabin attendant got it all. No, that's only part of it. The automatic gratuities cover your stateroom attendant, you're absolutely right on that, and your dining room staff, the main dining room waiter, the assistant waiter, and the head waiter. Those are the 4 people that your auto gratuity goes towards. The prepaid one, I should say. Sebastian wants to know, have I ever been on Empress of the Seas? I have not been on Empress of the Seas. Papa Mozo with a giant super chat. Holy moly. For a knee replacement, my old friend. Thank you, my friend. I can't wait to go. Honey, it's fine. I can go on the jet ski now. But what about you? No, my knee is, it's okay. This guy's got it covered. We're totally good. Let's go. I'll be like limping off the jet ski. Sir, are you okay? Yeah, it's okay. I got it. I'm good. I got $20. I love it, dude. Thank you, my friend. Bianca, I have a question about the drink package. Being that back in July, when they had the Oops pricing deal, since they canceled sailings until May, do you know if they're honoring that price? They are not, Bianca, because I had 2 sailings that had that $18 Oops drink package price, and oops, it's gone now as well. So unfortunately, unfortunately it's gone. Jericho, will the cruise ship still do a costume dresses for Halloween if you're sailing that week but not Halloween day? Probably not. In my experience, Jericho, Royal Caribbean only celebrates holidays, including Halloween, if your cruise actually goes over said holiday. Let's see here. K.A. Truin from a sunny autumn day in the north of New Zealand wants to know, do you think that Royal Caribbean will extend the rebook period if when as more cruises are canceled? They just extended it now. Did you see that news? You're talking about the Cruise with Confidence program? If that's what you're referring to, where you can cancel up to 48 hours. They literally just announced that about 2 hours ago. I posted it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, if that's what you're referring to. Jess, I received my future cruise credit today. I want to know if I should apply the credit to my cruise soon, or should I wait till it's closer to my sail date? I would say if you know you want to go on a cruise, and you know you want to use the credit, apply it as soon as you know. I mean, don't pay, obviously, money for it otherwise. Josh Baker, hotel recommendation for Port Everglades. The Embassy Suites is really good. The Hilton Marina is also excellent. Sebastian wants to know what's my favorite class of ships. I mean, I love Oasis. Voyager class are really good as well. It's really hard to go wrong there. Brandy Anderson wants to know, do you think Royal Caribbean will give cruisers surprise perks on board for not bailing on them? For example, those cruising in May and June, like free drinks or onboard credit. That's a good question, Brandy. I don't know. It's too early. I don't want to mislead you. I have no reason to believe yes or no to that answer. Your guess is as good as mine, quite frankly. I think they're definitely going to want to try. They're going to want to go above and beyond, obviously, here to not only keep the ship clean and safe and sanitized, but also make people happy because they're going to be behind the 8 ball here to get things going again. You know what I mean? Thomas says, Patrick, which cruise ship has the most activities? By far, it's an Oasis class ship. Allure, you see these posters behind me? These are all from Oasis class ships. Reno, what's the story on Oasis of the Seas? We posted the details at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Essentially, there's a number of crew members that have tested positive for coronavirus. Beyond that, don't really know much. I know they've been also, and we added this earlier today on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, that Royal Caribbean has also instituted some new, more stringent policies for, making sure that the crew across the fleet is staying safe. Have I ever done the rum tour at Nassau? I have not done that one. That's the Watlings rum tour. I have not done that one. I've heard good things about it, though. J5, is there a way to know the menu in the main dining room before you book your cruise? Generally not, but also the main dining room menu for dinner fleet-wide is pretty much the same. So you could go on Facebook, there's a Royal Caribbean dining group, which I run, and we have photos of the menus over there. You can pretty much figure out what to expect over there. John, why should the USA bail out the cruise ships when they don't have a USA flagship? They're not. So, wish granted? They already said they're not. So, I don't know why you're still on that topic. Harry Captain, great name. Was on Freedom of the Seas for the one and only sailing March 8th. Loved it. Booked again. Never booked the same ship twice. There you go. Awesome, dude. Glad to hear that. Devandentop. Is Freedom done with the amplification? Yes, already complete. Mark Hunter, welcome. Luna the Ferret, great name. Will y'all allow us to have our cruise on Harmony in July due to the corona? Sorry, I added southern accent there for my own fun, because my own amusement. Right now, the plan is yes, but it's too early to know, as you can tell already. Luna, they've been pushing back some of these cancellations, depending on the conditions. Number one, the answer to your question is, Royal Caribbean absolutely does want to deliver the cruise that you booked. So the answer is yes, they want to, but there's a lot of other factors at play. So that's kind of how that works there. Amy McGuire, we're hoping to meet you on Navigator in July. Amy, I hope so too. I just upgraded my room on that one. I'm up to I went from an inside room, now I'm up to a balcony, and I'm paying less for that sailing. So love it. Jim, Brilliance of the Seas, how is it? We're old, so we don't need much. You'll love it, dude. It's been one of my favorite ships in the fleet. I go on Brilliance every year. I went on her already in January, and I'm going back again in October. So it's a great ship, dude. You'll love it. Let's see here. Miss Bunny, which ship has the nicest diamond lounge? Ooh. The one on Brilliance is the Radiance class ships have a really nice one. It's not very big, but it's nice. How about that one? I'll go with that one as my answer. The Diamond Lounge on the Quantum class ships isn't bad. It's a nice one as well, but I think the one on the Radiance, I like it's a little higher up, So Brilliance, Radiance, Serenade of the Seas, so forth. Danny wants to know, can I book a suite for a family of 6 to 8 online, or will I need to call the cruise planner? Yeah, well, it says, how long is the hold time? Danny, you should not call Royal Caribbean directly. You should call a travel agent. And that way, number one, you're not sitting on hold. They're sitting on hold. They can do it for you. It's a lot easier. It's a lot faster for you. And they're going to take care of you and maybe even save you some money along the way. And most importantly, save you some time. Use a good travel agent. That's the way to go about it. But yes, you can't book all suites online. Usually when you get to the point of reserving, it'll be like, you can't do that. And then you have to either call in or use a travel agent. And I always use a travel agent. Josh Baker wants to know, Aruba excursions. Palm Beach or Eagle Beach? Pick one. They're both great. Flip a coin. You'll love it. Ead, good evening. This is Ead here. Welcome, Ead. What is Royal Caribbean Blog all about? It is all about kale, how to prepare it, the best practices with it, and how to make smoothies with kale. It's really a salute to all vegetables, but mostly kale. I'm joking, of course. I don't know what you mean by that, Ian. It's a blog about Royal Caribbean. Is that what you were asking, or am I misunderstanding your question? Mick Diana, have I ever taken a transatlantic cruise? I have not. That is on my bucket list. My wife doesn't want to do. She thinks it's too many sea days. I would like to do one to say when I've done one, but I have not done one yet. Papa Mozo, the Mariner is well documented on the videos by Pero DJ channel. Awesome. Dennis Diade? Dennis writes, thanks for helping our spirits up and giving us hope for a great vacation. Dennis, you're very welcome. Guys, I firmly believe that you've got to have a positive attitude about all of this. You can't be sitting here and be like, oh, it's all over and it's never going to be back. Cruising will return. Ships will return. The drink package is coming back. We're going to be on a cruise. Maybe not tomorrow. In fact, definitely not tomorrow. Maybe not in May. But we will absolutely be on a cruise again. Before you know it, guys, the coronavirus jokes will be like something like, oh, remember when that was a thing? It's going to be before you know it. So, got to keep the faith, you know? Scott, why aren't we seeing navigator-type slides on other ships? That's a good question, Scott. And I don't know the answer to that one. I do know that when Navigator of the Seas was amplified, there was a delay with the slides. When she first came back into service, one of the slides took a little bit longer to get going, and I'm not sure why they haven't. It could be maybe there was a technical glitch they did not anticipate, and thus it's clearly the other racer slides, the traditional Perfect Storm slides, are easier to implement. That's a possibility. I could believe that. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Brandy, are you binge watching any TV shows during the shelter in place? I am. I'm actually watching for I'm rewatching for probably the second time the West Wing. I love the West Wing. My wife has never seen it, so I'm watching it through her eyes, and we're rewatching that show. I have a free month of CBS All Access. I'd like to watch the new Picard, but I haven't. I just keep forgetting to actually put it on. Tony Diaz with the super chat. Tony, thank you for your information on Kale. Look, I know what my audience wants, brother, and I'm here for you representing. Brittany, not cruise related, but I like the light coming from behind the bookshelf. Oh, yeah, this is not a bookshelf. This is a smart table. It's a Sobro smart table. It's actually, there's a refrigerator in here. And it's a side table. There's a refrigerator. There's a desk. You can charge things on top. It was a waste of money. I bought it on, what's it called? Like, Kickstarter. And it, like 3 years later, it finally showed up. And I wish I got my money back because I never used the thing. But it does look cool. I'll give you that. Let's see here. Richard Huntington booked on Allure November 1st, 2020. Transatlantic. Nice. Jess, what's the difference between Oasis class, each of the Oasis class ships? You know what? Jess, can I ask you a favor? Can I answer that question on the blog? Is that okay? I think it's a fabulous blog post. And I want is that cool with you, Jess? Like, you're not like asking to like book a cruise right now. If you need the answer right now because you want to book something, I am happy to do that. But I think it's such a good idea that I want to make that a blog post. I'm writing it down. You know it's important. What's the difference between each of... I'm making a blog post either way, but I'm just, you know. Evan, can you rate Oasis class ships 1 to 4? In my opinion, Harmony 1... Symphony 2... Harmony 1, Harmony 1, Oasis 2, Symphony 3, Allure 4. That may change, obviously. And by the way, guys, even with number 4, Allure, I'd go on a heartbeat. It's a fabulous ship. It's all relative, right? Jay Akuzuki, thanks for mentioning my name. First time listener, long time YouTube watcher. I am so glad that you are here. If it's your first time, like G, hanging out with us here on YouTube, type new in capital letters so I can personally welcome you in here. Jay Taylor says the light behind the bookshelf is his porthole to another galaxy. Shh. Dude, I told you not to tell anybody about that. Jessica, make that a blog post? Yeah, I'm going to write it up, at railtrainblog.com. I think it's a good idea. So that way, because Jess, I can rattle off a bunch of things and then you'll be like, oh, cool, Matt. And then you're going to go back and be like, what did Matt say again? I guarantee you can watch this video again, but I want to make it easy peasy for you, Jess. I think it's a really good question about because there are some significant differences and some less significant differences, I should say. Jennifer Anderson, welcome. Glad to have you here for the first time. Trina Watkins, welcome. Michelle DeGroot, welcome. Thomas Fitzpatrick, you've been here before, Thomas. Harry Captain, welcome. Jerica, you're new? Or we've had a different Jerica. Welcome, Jerica. Andy Lee, welcome. Stacy Miner, welcome. Chris, welcome. Kevin Jenkins, welcome. Barb loves cruising. Barb, I love you. Welcome. Sean Roge, welcome. Sean Janizik, welcome. Patrick Fisher, welcome. What's good to do in Nassau? I would say if money's no object, Atlantis, last resort is fabulous to go to. If you're looking, if money is an object to you, then get a day pass to the British Colonial Hilton. I think you'll like that quite a bit. Let's see here. Kelly Trapazzo, any deals out there if you have a cruise booked already? The answer is maybe. When it comes to getting upgrades or price differences, it really is like, it's kind of like, to some extent, and this is a very loose metaphor, it's kind of like going to the mall. And like, you know, if you time it right, maybe you're there on the day that the jeans you bought are now $10 cheaper, maybe. Cruise prices, every sailing is different price. There's not like a set price across the board. And they can change, the prices can change every day, every hour, every week, never. They only go up. So it's a matter of a game, really, of repricing in order to see if there's a better deal out there. Tony is almost new. I don't think so. Lizzie Ames, glad to have you here back again. Trish Parsons-Jones, welcome, Trish. And K.A. Truin, new, although you already responded to my earlier query. I'm usually working in the office when you go live. Well, I am glad you guys are here, hanging out with me here. Every Monday, we are live right here on YouTube. Patty wants to know what happened to the Oasis of the Seas. I assume you're talking about the crew members. There are some percentage, I'm not sure. At the report that was posted yesterday that we reported on at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com was there were 14 crew members who tested positive for the coronavirus. They're being treated and quarantined. That's the latest. I think the number has gone up. I have not heard any figures that I feel confident about sharing, quite frankly. Let's see here. Thomas Fitzpatrick, do cruise ships have ping pong tables? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Usually on the pool deck. Andy, have you ever been on the ripcord by iFly? I have, Andy. I did it one time. I crashed, and I never want to do it again. Barbara says, hi, Matt. I heard you say you love cruising Brilliance. What are some of the things you like on the ship, as I believe it is an older ship? It is an older ship. The schooner bar is fantastic. It's a great venue. Lots of space. You also got to love with the Radiance class, which Brilliance of the Seas is a Radiance class ship. All the views of the ocean there. Hello?
Daddy, we have a problem because Gabby wants to do ABC and I do too, so Gabby wants to know if we can put ABC on your computer.
Sure. The solarium on Brilliance of the Seas is my favorite solarium in the entire fleet. They got great dining on there. Chops Grill, Izumi, Giovanni's. You'll love it. Great service. Great staff there. Papa Mozo with another... Killing it. Thank you, my friend, for the super chat. Another super chat. Socially distanced chat cash. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much for your generosity. Really and truly. Thank you, guys. Kathy Knapp. Welcome, Kathy. Glad to have you here. SNO Mobilia. Do you think they will have any more cruise planner sales soon? That's a good question. They haven't had one in a while. I think part of it is they're trying not to offer too many sales during this current time. But we'll have to wait and see. The answer is I don't know. I don't have any inside info on when the next one might be. Let's put it that way. Chris, do you think the Oasis of the Seas will delay cruises further along than the rest of the fleet? No, Chris, because don't forget, today is March 30th. They're not supposed to even be resuming sailings until at least May 12th. That is, 6 weeks from now? That's plenty of time to get that ship sanitized and totally taken care of. I think it's too early to even consider that. Oh, she wanted to ask if she could use my laptop. Yeah, sure, go ahead. They want to do some homework. Luna, what should we take on for our first day on board? You want to take a bag with you? I'm going to ignore obviously all the stuff you should be bringing with you, like, your clothes for the rest of the cruise. You want to have your passport. You want to have your, you want to have some cash with you, your credit cards. This is all stuff you want to bring with you on Embarkation Day. You want to have a backpack or a day bag to carry with you on board the ship. I would recommend a change of clothes, maybe even a bathing suit to be able to use because the pools and water slides will all be open on the first day of the cruise. In addition, I would also say you should bring all your medications, any prescription meds with you in your carry-on luggage. Don't risk that. Those are the big ones. I mean, sunscreen, sunglasses, but you could be wearing some of those things on board anyway. But those are the important things right there. It's a good question. Don says the vintages on Brilliance is spectacular. I do agree, dude. It's a really nice spot. I love Brilliance. It's a great ship. Mike Pastor, I'm late, was cleaning the boat. Oh boy, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said I was late because I was cleaning my boat, I'm sorry. The boatman was not here today. I had to clean it myself. Can you believe that, Lovey? Oh, the yacht. It's just, it doesn't float itself, Welcome, Michael. Good to see you here. Jim Shoot, will I buy the key? No. We've done a YouTube video here on our channel about why I don't think it's a good idea. John Cubero, what's the one must-have food item on the ship? Oh, man. I mean, it depends on the ship, I should say. But personally, for me, spaghetti bolognese, main dining room. Oh, so good. It's so good. Joseph, just joined. Apologize if it's already been discussed. You recommend a fall 2020 cruise? I recommend any cruise, my friend. I think your question really is, Joseph, you're asking me, Matt, should I book a cruise in the fall so that way I can go on the cruise? And the answer is, I can't promise you that your cruise will go in the fall, but I can tell you that if it does, I think you'll like that quite a bit. I would say, if it were me, absolutely. I mean, I've already got a cruise booked in the fall, so put my money where my mouth is on that one. Mick Diana with another super chat, blowing me more pear kisses. Mwah, mwah. Thank you, Mick Diana. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Challenger Chris, how early are they canceling cruises? The last batch of cruises that were canceled came last week, and those were for the ones from April 11th or 12th, 11th, all the way through May 11th. So that was a lot of advance notice for Royal Caribbean, because the first set of cruises that were canceled about less than 48 hours before the first sailing. Glenn, the real question is when Project Icon is being announced, especially since the construction is due to start next year. Yeah, there's a lot. Glenn, I'm going to expand your question here because I think, or your point, whatever it was. I think there's a lot of other tertiary things, projects, plans that are all pretty much I don't want to say in jeopardy, like just in flux right now, right? Whether we're talking about the Icon class, whether we're talking about Wonder of the Seas, whether we're talking about the the Royal Beach Club in Antigua and the one in Nassau. There's a lot of different moving parts here with Royal Caribbean. We were talking earlier with Michael about the app, Royal Caribbean's app. So many moving parts here that, basically Royal Caribbean pulled the e-brake out, which is what they should have done. No one's denying that. But it's kind of like, you ever seen where in the newspaper factory where they make newspapers and someone says, stop the presses! And they pull the lever and then what happens? Well, it stops, but then all the newspapers that were behind start piling up. I feel like that's what's going on there. Jess, why did you start Royal Caribbean blog and why did you start selling with Royal Caribbean? Good question, Jess. I started cruising with Disney Cruise Line, and I've discovered I really like cruising. And then we started cruising with Royal Caribbean because Disney Cruise Line was really expensive, and Royal Caribbean was a lot more manageable. So we started going on them, and I started Royal Caribbean blog because I was going on my third Royal Caribbean cruise. I've been on Explorer and Mariner, but I was going on Oasis. And this is back in 2010, and Oasis was brand new hotness. People had never seen something like this before. And we had it booked, and I was so excited, Jess, that I needed an outlet. And I came up with the idea of RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and I didn't have this, my plan for what I do today is not what my plan back then, but it just kind of grew organically, and it's been fabulous. I mean, that's really how it kind of all started. Thomas Fitzpatrick, would a cruise leaving on January 2nd still be extra for holiday? I think you're asking, I know what you're asking now. Because probably not, because people that are going on a cruise beginning January 2nd, unless January 2nd is a weekend and it's like a 3-night cruise. If it's a 7-night cruise, the answer is no, because people are probably back at work already at that point. Blue Ocean Life, what is the charge to cancel your cruise per person? It depends when you cancel it. There's once you get if you're before final payment date, there's no penalty for refundable cruise fare. For non-refundable cruise fare, there's different rules. Once you get past final payment date, there's a whole new set of rules, and then basically the closer you are to your sailing, the more the penalty accrues. So the answer to your question is it depends. But if you cancel your cruise before final payment date and you have refundable cruise fare, there is no penalty, no extra cost to cancel. You just get all your money back. Tawny is new here. Welcome, Tawny. Due to the recent stay-at-home orders, our girl's birthday party is canceled, so now we're doing a birthday party on Freedom of the Seas December in the Royal Suite. Pinkies up. I love that. What do you suggest as any type of surprise on the ship ages 4 and 10? If they're anything like my kids, a lot of virgin drinks, virgin daiquiris, pina coladas. They like those kinds of things. That's a lot of fun. I might also tell you to do a private shore excursion. That's a lot of fun to do as well. I think it's a good idea right there. Carlos, what's a must do in Ocho Rios and Cozumel? Cozumel, go to the beach. I love Paradise Beach. I love Nachi Kokom. Both are good choices right there. And by the way, I know what he said. What did he say? Paradise Beach and Nachi, Nachi Cocom, Nachi Kokom. For Ocho Rios, I haven't been to Ocho Rios in years. But I would say the Hilton Rose Hall is still probably where I would go. Don Tran, should I be worried about my Alaska cruise in August on Royal Caribbean? Yeah, I'd say so. Right now, there are no cruises through July 1st. And Canada is being very aggressive about canceling things here. I would say there's certainly cause for concern. I wouldn't say you should. If I were you, I'd plan on going, but you should prepare yourself because my last cruise was canceled because I was going in June, and it's just the reality of the situation. Brian Weber, thoughts on a strategy for booking your cruise in hopes it gets canceled to get the 125% credit? I think it's a bad idea. I think you're playing with fire. I mean, is there a chance if you booked a cruise in May that you'll probably get your money back? Probably, but then if they do go, you're out a lot more money. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it for that. I don't think it's a good idea. I think, again, you're playing with fire, and more importantly, it seems it's kind of shady, quite frankly. But yeah, book a cruise as you want to go on it, and if it's canceled, you get onboard credit, great. But I wouldn't recommend certainly going that route to try to game the system. I just don't think there's a lot of reasons, moral and objective, that I think go against that. Kelly says, why does it take 30 days to get a refund? They take my money in 2 seconds. Well, it's a big company, and right now they're dealing with a lot of processing. You have to understand where they're coming from. They're a company that is literally bleeding money right now, and it's not just a turn the key kind of thing. They're processing a lot. They're trying to keep their operation going. They obviously they're going to give you your money back, but it's the system, the way the system is, right or wrong. I understand what you're saying. Number one, refunds, no matter anytime you take a credit card refund, it's never instant. Any refund will take a couple of days to process anyway. Now, granted, a couple of days is different than 30 days. I get that. But I do believe you have to understand where their situation is. This is not a normal situation. There's a lot happening, and it's not so easy to cancel thousands and thousands of reservations and issue thousands and thousands of refunds. I think I think, with all due respect, I think you're not giving it. There's a lot more behind the scenes than you give it credit for. That's all. Tony says, Matt, will Royal Caribbean upgrade a room even if it wasn't paid for yet? The travel agent I was dealing with, not MEI, tells me no. Will Royal Caribbean upgrade a room that even if it wasn't paid for yet? It could. Do you mean, Tony, a paid one or a free one? Like, is your question, Tony, I haven't paid off the room yet, but I want to upgrade? Is that your question or something different? Maybe I'm not understanding it. Carlos, in your opinion, do you think there will be any cruises this year? Yes. I'd be, quite frankly, shocked if there weren't. Don, I still haven't done my final payment for Alaska. What should I do? If you want to go on the cruise, if it were me, Alaska, I would pay for it because I want to go to Alaska really badly, and I would do it. But that's me. Don't do it because of what I'd do. And I'm just telling you, you've got to be okay with going on there if it does happen and making it work. And if it doesn't work, you're getting your money back. It's not like you're going to be... The question here, Don, isn't like, am I giving my money and it's going to be disappear? You're going to get your money back. It's just a matter of, what's the... how likely is it the cruise to actually occur? One way or another, you're either getting your cruise or you're getting your money back. There's no risk there. It's more the question of, I understand what you're saying. Like, should I be spending money that I'm going to eventually get it back in a refund? For Alaska, I think it's worth it, but I also prioritize that quite high, in my opinion. Okay, you haven't paid off the room yet, Tony. No, I get that, but Tony, do you want to pay for a room upgrade? Like you're in a balcony, you want to upgrade to a junior suite? Or are you saying, Matt, do you think I'm going to get a free upgrade? Because the Royal Up program, where you bid for a room upgrade, that is after final payment. So your travel agent is correct on that. But I'm not sure if you're asking about a free upgrade, which could or may not happen beforehand. The answer to your question is, if it's before final payment, usually Royal doesn't really offer upgrades like, have they done in the past? Sure. But in my experience, you usually have to have your travel agent reprice it and see that there's a better price and then upgrade it for you. Jess wants to know, when do I think Allure will be amplified? That's a good question. I don't know. I really, Jess, it's a really good question. I think there's a lot of, number one, it's got to have, they have sailing is scheduled, right? Number two, they have to figure out when the shipyard can accommodate the ship. And number three is to get all the stuff into the shipyard for them to do the upgrades. Jared, will you ever vlog your royal vacations? I don't say ever. I don't plan to right now. Vlogging where, like, a lot of my very good friends here do that. Sean and Steph and Sherry and a variety of other people do, like, do one of these. Hey guys, we're here in, Ocho Rios and we're having a great time here today. We're gonna, like, that's not really my style. And that's not a slight, I don't know. Those people do a great job. It's just not how I do it. I think you guys kind of know that. Number one reason I don't do it, Jared, it is a ton of work. I mean, the amount of work that those people I just mentioned and so many others who do that style of vlogging put in is incredible. Especially if they do it well. It's a ton of work. And, yeah, that's a number one thing for me. But number two is I like to be able to have my content. I personally prefer to have my content be more evergreen. Like where you can watch one of my videos today, next year, 5 years from now, and it's still going to be pretty applicable. But I also do a different style, and that's okay. Different strokes for different folks, and that's what makes it all fun and unique. And when you watch my videos, you watch Sherry's videos on Cruise Ships TV, or Sean and Steph, or Alana, or any of my friends that I really, that do such a great job here on YouTube, we all complement each other. One of the things I always ask, people sometimes will ask me, so Matt, are you, how much are you worried about the competition in other channels and things like that? And I tell them, there's no competition. We're not competing against each other. We're augmenting each other. We only stand to benefit, each one of us, to do that. And in today's world, where, guys, I don't know if you realize this, in YouTube, all across the board, travel in general, whether we're talking about our YouTube channels, websites, anything, traffic is down so much. And for a lot of us that depend on YouTube and our blog, us to make our money because this is our jobs, we're down 50% easy across the board, and that's everybody. And I'm talking to Sherry about this, and it's uncanny what is happening right now. I mean, there was no warning. It just, the bottom fell out, and we're kind of, it's crazy. So I feel like, especially nowadays, we as a community, cruising community, both viewers, you guys, broadcasters, content creators, I feel like our arms are locked together, and we're kind of going through this, and we're like, all right, you know what? The water's coming, and it's going to blow us back a little bit, but we're still going to be here, because that's what we do for each other. And to me, that's why I don't believe there's no competitors, there's no competition, we're here together. I don't remember what the original question was, but oh, why don't I do vlogs? Because I can't do it as well as somebody else can, but I do what I can do, and we're all in it together. So, hey, guy wants to know, can you tell my girlfriend it's safe to go on a cruise? I think when this is all said and done, and the cruise lines take stock of what's going on there and the best practices, I think it'll be let's put it this way: I'm going to be going on a cruise when this is all said and done. When they resume, you bet I'll be over there. Carlos, I booked. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, Carlos. I'll get your question in a second. There she is, Cruise Ships TV herself, Sherry Griffiths, in the house. See? Look at that. Big shout out to Sherry. She does such a great job. That is, I've made this joke many times, but Sherry, your content is better than cable. If I could, I would just have the Sherry channel on there. Carlos's question. I booked through a travel agent. My room says guarantee. What does that mean? It means basically Royal Caribbean is going to assign you a room at a later time. When? Don't know. It'll eventually be there at some point. Not to worry. VP Jared, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, love your videos and hard work. Keep them coming, Jared. Thank you so much, brother, for your generosity and for being here, my friend. Papa Mozo, every time he gives me a super chat, I choke up. It is a giant super chat. Papa says, "Are you a family-owned small business or do you work for Royal Caribbean?" I do not work for Royal Caribbean at all. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I'm a family-owned small business. Yeah, it's just me. I'm the only employee. I have my own company. I'm the president and CEO of Regal Sea Media. Think about that name for a while. You know how I got it. Yeah. Sherry says we're gonna talk all about our favorite desserts of all time tonight. I am. All right, you had me at dessert. You had me at dessert, Sherry. And again, trust me, every night I'm like, all right, let's see what's on TV. Oh, there's nothing on TV. It's awful. Let's see here. The Sherry Channel may just have to happen. I like that. I subscribe to that one. Kimberly Miser, can we bring a 12-pack bottle of water on the ship? Yes, you can. You can bring up to 12 bottles, cans, whatever, of non-alcoholic beverages per stateroom, Kimberly. Aaron, can I still get a travel agent even if I already booked through Royal Caribbean and pay the down payment? If you have booked it within 60 days, the answer is yes, you can. Liz Taylor is here. Guys, Liz Taylor from Beyond the... I make this joke every time, but it's still funny. Liz Taylor from Beyond the Grave. Liz writes, in the event my cruise gets canceled for July, I'm already debating my next cruise for next summer. I'm thinking of a 9-night on Enchantment of the Seas. Any advice on that cruise? Liz, when it comes to cruises, the longer, the better. Yes, 9 nights, fabulous. Love it. Marlena, do you think they may go back too fast and have to break again? I would say anything's possible. I would not sit here and tell you that it's not impossible to happen. I certainly hope not. I think when they get back into it, they're going to want to get back into it, and not have a break. I would say that I think it's true of everything, whether we're talking about Royal Caribbean, schools, work, it's all like that. So, Daryl, what's your opinion of Oasis of the Seas testing positive for coronavirus? It's not good. I don't like it. I'm not sure who would say otherwise, but I'm sure I already know they've got a plan in place to take care of it. So I'm hopeful that the people that are obviously sick are going to get well soon, and hopefully some of the the fact that most of the crew are a little bit younger crowd, that they're going to be able to handle a little bit better, and they're going to recover soon and quickly, and then be able to sanitize the ship. Kent, we just rebooked a cruise for November. The Transatlantic has it on hold, but said I will probably have to pay the deposit before future cruise credit gets applied. I thought Royal Caribbean was going to hold them for 30 days. They're holding Kent right now. The cruise is through May 31st. You can do an unlimited hold. No, what's the word? Not unlimited. You can place an indefinite hold through May 31st. So by May 31st, Kent, you got to put the deposit down. You lose the room. Usually, that's different because usually a hold with no deposit would only be about, 3 to 5 days, give or take. So you have more time for that. But does that answer your question, Kent? Zachary, is the drink package I purchased included in the 125% refund? Yes, it is. Yes. It's part of the onboard credit. So you have the 125% refund for the cruise fare, and then you also have the option of doing 125% on all those pre-cruise purchases, which your drink package is part of. Let's see here. Mick Diana, love your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Raphael, do you think Odyssey launch will be delayed? Right now, today, Raphael, I don't think so. I've not heard anything to mention that. Not only that, when Royal Caribbean took out that $2.2 billion with a B dollar loan the other week, they said that new ship construction will not be changed. So that's kind of what I feel right there. Oh, wow. And last question of the day from Sebastian. Actually, 2 questions. One from Keith, then Sebastian. Keith, do you know what the crew members are doing during the downtime, enjoying time on Royal Caribbean Private Islands? I do know that the crew members have been able to move up to guest rooms, so give them a lot more space. Beyond that, I don't know. And Sebastian says, do you think Wonder of the Seas will be delayed and maybe rerouted because it is in China? Possibilities on both. I don't know beyond that, dude. I'd be guessing. And there's no way to know yet what that'll be. You bring up a very interesting point about Wonder of the Seas in China, because Wonder of the Seas, the 5th Oasis class ship that's going to debut next year, 2021, was supposed to go to China and be for the Asian market. But with this whole coronavirus thing, I mean, I think, I could be wrong on this. Again, I could be wrong about a lot of things. I typically am wrong about a lot of things. But I feel like China is going to be, while there's a lot of potential there to make money in China, after all of this, I feel like there's going to be a lot of hesitation to cruise there, at least in the short term. So it's a really good question, my friend. Really good one. I encourage you to type your answers, what you guys think will happen to Wonder of the Seas, in chat here. And if you're right, well then a year and a half from now, you can come back to this video and say, see, I was right. And if you were wrong, no one's going to care because no one's going to remember you posted in this video. Love it. All right, guys. On that note, I am heading on out of here. We have had exactly 59 minutes and 45 seconds of pure, unadulterated Royal Caribbean cruise chat. Love it. I appreciate you guys joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Really do appreciate that. Also, if you love the content here at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, consider joining our Insider Program. This is where you can help support what we do here at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com by going to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/support. For as little as $1 a month, you can help support what we do here on the blog, keep the content going, in addition to all the great support you guys already give me. So RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/support. And a big thank you to all the Royal Caribbean Blog insiders that are already in chat right now. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back again on Monday next week, back here on YouTube, talking more Royal Caribbean. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on... Where are we? We're on YouTube. And wait a minute, we got another super chat? Are you kidding me? Papa Mozo. Dude. Thank you so much, brother. Wow, what a way to end it on a high note. I believe in supporting American small business. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. I'm a one-man shop here, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.